Hi guys! So today we're gonna set up our February bullet journal, as you can tell by the title. So go ahead and grab your bullet journal and a bunch of pens or just a drink if you want to just sit back and relax. And let's just get started. So as you can see for my title this month, I actually did like a fancy sort of a font. I don't usually go for something different. I just kind of do the same thing. But this month I thought I would do like an actual font. And as you can see, the theme of this month is gonna be ginkgo leaves, or like the ginkgo tree or plant or whatever you want to call it. Now, I don't really know why, but I just kind of have this fascination with ginkgo trees. Just ever since I was young, I just loved the shape of the leaves and just the way they looked. I don't know. I used some Pigment Micron fineliners for the outlines, and the way you draw the leaves is they're kind of like triangular, and then they're just kind of wiggly on the top, and they have like a little indent in the center, like in the top center. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you can see what I mean. So yeah. And here I'm just taking a round lid to just trace around because I wanted to add like a solid background, which you'll see in a bit. And then I'm filling in the letters. I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to leave them like empty or fill them in with some color, but I just chose black and I thought it looked very nice. For the leaves, I'm adding some detail with a really fine liner. And I'm just kind of drawing the veins of the leaf, so just kind of in the direction that the leaf is kind of going. I think you can probably tell what I mean by just looking at the footage. It just helps to make them look a lot more interesting or just realistic in general. And then I'm using some watercolor. I'm just mixing like this bluish green and like an army sort of green. And I'm applying a really soft, very light layer at first, just kind of following the shape of the leaves and just feathering out the strokes. And then also adding a second layer, just concentrating more in the like bottom center, like where the leaf starts, just to like kind of make it a little bit more dark, and that also makes them look a little more realistic. So for the background, I'm using like a bright yellow, as you can see. It's like a really sunny, I don't know, like sunflower yellow. And I'm just filling in around the leaves and also around the letters. Can't talk, sorry. And I also decided to add another layer just because it wasn't quite dark enough for me. And then I'm using a Signal white gel pen to just add like a white border around the letters to just make them stand out a little bit better. And yeah, that was basically it for the cover page. And then as always, I'm doing a quote on the other side. So again, using the same Pigment Micron for the lettering. And I'm kind of alternating between like a capital letter, like straight lettering, and then like more of a, I mean, you can kind of just see what I'm doing, but just like a more hand lettering type of font. And the quote says, an apple a day keeps everyone away if you throw it hard enough. Honestly, such a mood. Like sometimes I just feel like throwing apples at people. So yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. So yeah, again, I'm adding more leaves. They're just kind of sprouting from the bottom and then just growing up the page. So as you can probably tell, I was like in a doodly mood this month, but I just really enjoyed drawing the leaves. It was like really meditative and just kind of really relaxing. So yeah, just enjoy this little time lapse. It's just the same exact process as before. Lastly, I'm adding a gold border with a ruler. I know it's shocking, but I want it to be like really clean. And of course, because I couldn't help myself, I'm bringing back the gold dots everywhere. And honestly, I'm not even ashamed at this point. I might have a problem, but yeah. There's just a little close-up to just show you the gold dots and stuff. So yeah, next page is my monthly overview as always. I'm doing the same layout as last month. Check it out if you're interested. And as you can see, also doing the same title. And I am again doing a single page for this month because I don't usually need that much space for my monthly overview. So yeah, I'm using a green Tombow brush pen, which by the way is almost exactly the same color as the watercolor, so that's, you know, satisfying. I leave all the links to the products down below as always. But yeah, for the dates, I'm using a yellow shade to just draw a circle for each day, just like in the middle of each box, and then a black pen to write the dates. And I'm also going to use a fine liner to just outline the boxes. They're, I think, 3 by 4 spaces, yeah. So 4 spaces tall and 3 spaces wide. Okay, and then of course I had to add more doodles on the bottom. And I actually love the look of like doodles that look like they kind of continue underneath something. So I'm kind of drawing the leaves around the calendar, but also like underneath it. And I think that kind of gives it some interest, and it just looks a little more like 3D, I guess. I don't know. So on the other page, I'm doing some sections for my tasks, my events, goals, notes, and then a YouTube and Instagram tracker. By the way, I haven't really been posting on Instagram, sorry about that. But I've been just very, very overwhelmed and busy, so yeah. But I'm gonna try to get back on track with my posting schedule and stuff like that. So yeah, and for the outlines, I'm using the same yellow brush pen, and I'm just using the thinner side of the brush pen. Yeah, I just really love that color combo, to be honest. And then I'm just continuing the leaves across the page to the other side. I was actually thinking maybe doing the plant spreads for like the whole year. I thought that might be kind of cool, but I'm not quite sure yet. So definitely let me know what other spreads you would like to see, or also like if you like longer videos like this, or if you'd rather see like shorter ones like I usually do. I personally do find them quite relaxing, like plan with me's or just like doodling videos. So I don't really mind long videos myself, but just let me know down in the comments. Oh, by the way, you could also definitely use markers for the coloring of the doodles. I just decided to go with watercolor this month because I really like the look of it, and because the paper like takes it really well. To finish this page, I'm again adding a gold stripe, but just on the left side, on the top, just underneath the title, and some gold dots, obviously. But yeah, that's it for that one. Let's get on to the next page. If you've seen any of my other videos, I do my habit trackers the same way. I just kind of split them up into daily trackers, weekly trackers, and monthly habits. And for the dailies, I'm just doing like a little mini calendar, but I didn't write the dates because I feel like it looks a little bit messy sometimes. So I'm just writing the weekdays and then just kind of doing the outline of the calendar. And I'll probably use a cold gel pen to fill it in later. And for the weeklies, I'm doing a stripe for the weeks, so just 5 spaces wide, and I can just tick off like each square. And then for the monthlies, I'm just doing a box to tick it off. Okay, so on the other page, I'm actually doing something new, which is kind of exciting. I'm doing a water and day sleep tracker because I am kind of a nerd. I don't know, but for real, I find it very interesting just to see like how water affects sleep and like the other way around and stuff like that. And yeah, I just feel like being hydrated and getting enough sleep is just really, really important and kind of underrated sometimes. So yeah, as you can see, I'm doing a horizontal layout. They're gonna be like a graph type. On the x-axis, I'm adding the dates, and on the y-axis for the water, the amount of water I drink, so in liters. And then for the sleep tracker, I'm just writing down the amount of hours I would get, so like 6 to 9 hours, I think. And for the sleep tracker, I'm also adding a key for like the quality of sleep I get and color coding them from the yellow to like a dark brown. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be really satisfying for my weirdo brain to just see the data in the end. But yeah, I'm just adding a little title on the bottom and of course more doodles. And to finish off, I'm adding a gold stripe again across the top. So the next double page is going to be my brain dump space. I'm actually trying to use these more often for like spewing out any ideas, or when I think of something when I'm like trying to fall asleep, I can just put it in there. But yeah, I'm keeping this one simple as always, so just the title at the top, just the same style, and then I'm just adding some leaf doodles in the bottom corners. And then to frame the page, I'm again adding a gold border all around, but not over the leaves, so they kind of look like they're above the border. and then just, again, some dots. Okay, so last but not least, as always, my first weekly spread of the month, and I'm actually so dang happy with this whole spread. I'm honestly a little bit surprised. Okay, so I'm using the green for like a large capital letter for each weekday, and then yellow for a circle for the dates and for the boxes. And as you can see, I'm adding the rest of the weekday name in like just a little bit of a smaller font, but just the same style. And I actually kind of like the way that turned out. I haven't really been experimenting a lot with fonts, so I really enjoyed kind of getting out of my comfort zone a little bit. And here I'm also adding a sleep and expense tracker, and as always, a section for goals and my tasks for this week. Then again, adding the gold border underneath the title, and of course I'm writing another quote, and this one's like an actual quote. I'm alternating between the two styles of lettering again, like on the first page, and it says, "Morning is here, the day is new, perhaps this is where the light breaks through." And yeah, I just thought that was really pretty. And lastly, I'm just adding more ginkgo leaves to finish the spread and kind of frame the quote as well. So yeah, definitely let me know if you enjoyed this spread and if you want to see more like this, or if I should do like different themes. So yeah, here's just a little flip through as always. Honestly, I'm just kind of in love with this spread. Can't believe it's turned out so good. Like, I don't know. Not to toot my own horn, you know, but I'm really happy with this one. So yeah, as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. I know this is so annoying, but yeah, sorry. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!